Russia-Ukraine war updates. Ukrainians strike Russian positions in Oleksandrivka. The Ukrainian military took out a number of Russian military vehicles in Oleksandrivka, southeast of Russian-occupied Izium. Ukrainians strike Russian positions on Snake Island with military drone. The military strikes appear to have targeted an area between a building and a communications tower, and another area that appears to have contained ammunition or another explosive. A number of explosions are seen after the initial one in the second area. Ukrainians destroyed a number of Russian military vehicles in the Kharkiv Oblast. Ukrainian military strikes, captured on drone footage, destroyed a number of Russian military vehicles in the village of Sulihivka, about 11 miles or 18 kilometers south of Izium in the Kharkiv Oblast. President Zelensky, 156 people arrived in Zaporizhia from areas near Mariupol. In his nightly address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said 156 people arrived to Zaporizhia from the Azovstal steel plant and surrounding areas in Mariupol by evacuation corridors on Tuesday. Denis Pushilin, the leader of the Russian-backed separatist region of Donetsk, is the first known high-ranking official, Russian or Russian-backed, to visit the besieged Ukrainian city. Pope Francis has said he requested a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin over Ukraine and compared the scale of the bloodshed to Rwanda's genocide. The pontiff told Italy's Corriere della Sera newspaper that he had sent a message to Putin around 20 days into the conflict, saying that "I was willing to go to Moscow." Three new COVID Omicron subvariants detected in Australia. Association Professor Stuart Turville from the University of New South Wales Kirby Institute says Omicron subvariants BA.2.12.1, BA.4, and BA.5 have been detected in the country. Pfizer accused of COVID profiteering as first quarter sales hit $26 billion. Pfizer has made nearly $26 billion, £21 billion, in revenues in the first 3 months of the year, the bulk from its COVID-19 vaccine and new pill to treat the virus, prompting fresh accusations of pandemic profiteering. What the latest Omicron subvariants mean for reinfection risk. In the US, the BA.2.12.1 subvariant is gaining a foothold, while South Africa is seeing a surge in cases from two other subvariants, BA.4 and BA.5. 17 cruise ship passengers isolating in Darwin after COVID outbreak. A cruise ship touring Australia's top end has become the site of a COVID outbreak, offloading more than a dozen positive passengers in Darwin. ABC's Carl has COVID after sitting with Kim K. Pete, shaking Biden's hand at correspondents' dinner. ABC News reporter Jonathan Carl tested positive for COVID-19 on Monday after shaking President Biden's hand and sitting next to Kim Kardashian at the White House correspondents' dinner. Starbucks counters unions with $1 billion investment in workers. Schultz, who has been traveling around the country to better understand and address employee complaints, is allocating $1 billion throughout the fiscal year to enhance pay, modernize training, and collaboration, as well as store innovation, according to the company. Starbucks suspends its outlook as COVID lockdowns hammer sales in China. Starbucks on Tuesday suspended its outlook for fiscal 2022 as COVID lockdowns in China weighed on international sales. Amazon will reimburse employee travel for abortions and non-life-threatening treatments. Amazon already has a policy in place to reimburse employees up to $10,000 for travel expenses if they're having treatments for life-threatening issues. According to Reuters, the e-commerce giant has told its employees in the U.S. that it will offer up to $4,000 in annual travel reimbursements for non-life-threatening medical treatments, including cellular gene therapies, substance abuse disorder services and abortions. U.S. spending money to spur domestic battery production. On Monday, the U.S. Department of Energy announced that it was releasing over $3 billion in funds to stimulate the production of batteries within the country. The funding is divided into two chunks, one intended to spur the processing of battery materials and manufacturing demos, and the second for stimulating the reuse and recycling of electric vehicle batteries. First U.S. Apple Store union election set for June 2 in Atlanta. Apple Store employees in Atlanta have reached an agreement with the company to hold a union election on June 2, according to a copy of the stipulated election agreement obtained by The Verge. Diaz turns tide at Villarreal to send Liverpool to Champions League final. Liverpool overcame a valiant performance by Villarreal to book a third Champions League final in 5 seasons with a 3-2 victory at El Madrigal to complete a 5-2 aggregate win on Tuesday night. Bournemouth's more seals promotion to Premier League and frustrates Forest. I could play to my mid-50s, says Ronnie O'Sullivan after 7th world title. Raducanu's Madrid run ends. After a valuable week in Madrid filled with confidence and grit, Emma Raducanu was unable to foray any deeper into the tournament after being outplayed at the end of a tussle by a sharper and more seasoned opponent. Former Formula One driver Tony Brooks, the racing dentist, dies aged 90.